Alright, yeah, I might need to... Got some timers on my stream deck for when I start my stuff up at the touch of a button. I need to shorten one of them, I think. But anyway, welcome. We're here. We're doing some more Witcher this morning. We normally never stream on Sundays, at least the thing that I'm normally playing through. We might do some co-op stuff. But I've been having some audio issues recently, and I still don't have them fixed permanently, but I do have kind of a workaround for now. So I wanted to play a little bit this morning for maybe a couple of hours or so, at certainly no later than when the Women's World Cup final game starts, or match starts today, which is 11 Eastern. Thought it was 10, but it's actually 11. So yeah, maybe about 3 hours today. So I wanted to play but not have that issue hanging in the back of my mind. So I'm gonna do a little bit of story stuff this morning, and then we'll go from there and see how it goes. But essentially, what I mean, I've uninstalled and reinstalled and reconnected, and I don't know what the problem is. But anyway, so when I see it start to pop up again, I'll do my little workaround, and that should reset the timer, because it seems to happen about an hour and a half to 2 hours after I start. But anyway, I spent some time while I was trying to troubleshoot this stuff. I did all the fist fights in Toussaint. I did the 3 challengers, and I also did the champion, who's a drunken bastard. You can't fight him unless you get drunk first, too. And you fight him while you're drunk. And I've also done some more upgrades here at the house. We've upgraded all the inside stuff. The general outside. We've upgraded Roach's stable. So she has a nice place to hang out. We've upgraded the gardens, the vineyards. So, guest bedroom. I don't think it's quite fully upgraded yet. And Major Domo, BB. BB as Geralt calls him. It's in charge of all that. You can see we've got some stuff on the wall back here that we can hang. Some armor stance that we can put some extra armor pieces on. And yeah, I got a couple of extra weapons here that you can put on the weapon rack. Here's the fist fighting trophy. There. Although I don't know what other trophies there are to get. I don't remember if we got one for the other areas, but it's something that has to be in your inventory. Some paintings. Still got room for one there. So, shaping up. When we first got the place, or we first came to the place after the Duchess gave it to us, this is the guest bedroom. It was for storage, and it was trashed. But now it's been all fixed up. I don't know if we'll see Triss at some point in this. I hope so, obviously. She'll get to see the new abode. Okay, so the story stuff that we finished up yesterday, we finished up that quest with Regis. We essentially had to get him pissed off because we needed some of his blood. That concoction, resonance, I think it's called. I guess we're going to try and use that as some kind of lure for Detloff. And as part of that, there was a vision, the boot black, which is essentially a shoe shiner. So we got to go talk to this kid. It's part of that. So do that. Let's see. Let's get some background on this. Let's see. It proved quite the ordeal for Regis, a sacrifice, one might say, but they obtained the last ingredient required for resonance, and the vampire could prepare the concoction. Geralt drank a dose, and visions ensued. He saw Detloff meet and speak to a young boot black. Then the Witcher and the vampires set off in search of the boy. And this is also the general area where that last fist fight takes place. It might have been down there at the end of that dock. I also started to look at what it was going to take to upgrade Geralt's gear. And he's wearing the cat outfit, the cat set. Let's see what it would take to get him to upgrade that to Grandmaster Ren. Oh my god. Talk about expensive. Holy shit.
Little fart.
Whatever's the problem, kind sirs?
This mud. Rain or shine, it's always here. And now we know why.
You dump your waste in front of ours.
Okay, I guess we found him.
So how would you explain it? Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pates, we've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather! I've seen you. You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots, go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sirs.
I'll conspire to welt your bum with my belt. Come here.
Leave him alone.
Just who the
Fight these
spit on
guys?
you?
Somebody you don't want to mess with. Ooh, his father.
A witcher, and I'd advise you to go back where you came from.
I thought witches defend men from monsters, not cheats from justice.
Need to talk to the boy.
You can chat to him all you like, after we tan his hide. So stand down.
Not gonna happen.
Won't it? Well, then we'll thrash you as well, which is all the same to me.
We'll break your legs, vagrant!
Teach you to help swap floors and cheat.
Come on!
Kill the corpse gobbler! For Starling's dragon!
Fine. God, I hate they get you in these damn fist fights in these cramped ass little areas.
Let's charge!
I hate
Take
this
it for a
shit.
ride!
I swear. Artificially making it fucking difficult for you.
Slow now, let's not do anything rash.
Kids back there dancing. Smack him, hit him.
What's the meaning of this? The brawl? Who started it?
Oh, there's also one other thing that I
I'm
made last night.
investigating the beast on the Duchess's orders.
Ah, yes. We've heard of you.
Harassing the
And these
kid.
men. What are they doing?
Obstructing my investigation.
Understood. Right. A few days in the clink ought to teach them not to impede official duchy business.
Go sit in a cell
Come
and
on.
think about it.
You're very good with your fists, sir.
You should
Wouldn't
see
be
me
looking
with
for
my
work,
swords.
would you? We'd make a fine duo.
Yeah? How you imagine that working?
Splendidly. That's how. I suggest a partnership, where I see to the boots while you stand guard. And as you're the stronger, come morn you take the chamber pot out and help me make mud.
Bit about the mud's true? They were right to want to box your ears.
I've got to make a living somehow. So, what say you, sir? Partners?
Let me think about it. Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
All black.
Wait! Before we get to talking, please,
Oh, is he gonna shine
take
my
a
shoes
seat.
for free?
But my boots are clean.
In this city, no boots are clean unless they just come off my stamp. A seat, sir, please. So then, who was it you wanted to ask about?
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
An arrival? Indeed. I hear a faint bell ringing. A modest sum might make it sing out
This
loud
kid.
and clear.
How much?
Let's say...
Wow.
500 crowns.
What? Gotta be kidding me. What would you even do with that kind of coin?
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can imagine. Have a proper stand with a big sign. I want a new box too. New polishes, new brushes. And if I've enough coin left, I'll buy a share in a launderer's. Get wastewater for free.
Got it all planned out.
I should think so. Capital is all I
I
require.
love this kid. Oh, girl. Oh, man. I could easily throw the axie on him and not pay a penny, but we're not gonna do that.
All right. Let's see if we can't figure something out.
Let's see how flexible he's willing to be. Well, let's drop it to 450 and see what he says. Ah, shit. We'll go to 400. Normally we start these off in the middle.
It's not quite... I don't know... See? I knew we'd clinch it.
Guess I can agree to that.
1,000 thanks.
Experience
I
point
shan't
for every
forget
10
it.
crowns.
Now to the matter at hand. I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron, gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No, but you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It seems you're having a rough go of it.
Oh, you're
Regis.
here. Feeling better?
I am, thank you. The local necropolis, the air does wonders for me. Now, if I might intercede, I dare say I've the right question to ask. Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most encrusted boot clean as the dome of St. Lebioda's Cathedral. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a fraction of the effort, and piles more coin. I'm prepared to give you this vial if you tell me where the man we seek lives.
But you won't hurt him, will you? The gentleman's art, true, but he's kind.
In point of fact, he's a friend. Yet we had a falling out of sorts and would like to straighten matters out.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port. The door is red, but I do not know if the gentleman lives there.
Worth checking. Might happen on a lead.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers
Hey,
before
Thunder,
you go?
how's it going? Welcome.
With all due respect, sirs, your boots
How's
could
your
stand
Sunday?
cleaning.
Thank you. Perhaps later.
Summoned him.
Handled that kid pretty well.
Finding the right approach. That's the trick to dealing with children.
Yeah, saw that. Meaning, the right thing to bribe them with.
Long live Duchessa Anna Henrietta.
Old pamphlet. Dear Beauclair, some of his French words. Wake up! You've been diddled in the derriere by a ruling elite which plays you like fiddles. In broad daylight, they have conspired to deprive you of the rightful heir to your throne. It is the Duke's eldest daughter who should take power after his death. Yet he has fed you far-fetched tales about some curse and forced on you his youngest daughter. Do not stand idle. Do not tarry. Revolt! All those who will not allow such treatment of themselves and their fellow subjects, let them be at the ready. The rightful heiress to the throne might return at any moment, and then she shall need our support. A concerned subject. Yeah, exactly.
Show me a sword.
Oh, excuse me, ma'am. I gotta admit, this DLC is very much more colorful than any of the other parts of the game. Yeah. Well,
Red door. One the bootblack mentioned.
That's one thing that CDPR is not afraid to do, is show nudity. Except for men, of course. They won't show the privates of men, but... kind of makes you wonder what kinds of things they're going to show and do in Cyberpunk. Ravens?
Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler, "Detlef, I'm coming for you." A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give
We
me a
were
moment.
supposed to do it his way, so let's do it Regis's way. It's a little easier.
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull.
Yeah, I know. You know, I've played Rise. I don't remember how much skin they showed in Rise. I'm sure there was some, but not quite as gratuitous, I guess, as The Witcher.
He here? Sense him.
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
No, it wasn't. Hey, zombie, what's up?
Let's look around.
As I mentioned when I started up, I wanted to play for a little bit this morning because, you know, I've been having all those audio issues and they're still not fixed. I have a workaround for it until I can actually find out what the damn problem is, but I wanted to play this morning a couple of hours or so, at least until the women's soccer match starts. And it's if I do, it's gonna have to be like 6 o'clock probably. But having that audio issue hanging over my head, well, you gotta support your national teams, right? The only time I watch soccer is during the World Cups. But I wanted to play for a while today without that issue hanging over my shoulder. And it still is, but at least now I know I can get around it. I have no idea. I've... the eviction notice. Hold on a second. Due to the non-payment of rent for the premises used for shopkeeping purposes, Administrative Court of Beauclair orders the tenant Ulrich de Samp vacate the premises within 7 days. Not complying with this eviction notice shall cause a custodial sentence to be imposed on the debtor. Length of the sentence shall be determined by the debtor's court. Bailiff Victor Lemaire. But what I've done... Let's see, what have I done? I've disconnected and reconnected the Elgato. I've tried different cables. I've rebooted machines. I've rebooted Streamlabs. I've uninstalled the Elgato software and drivers, reinstalled it. I have removed the Elgato video capture source multiple times. I have removed and re-added desktop audio in slobs as well. And this morning, even though it was just installed back over the top of what's already there, I reinstalled slobs this morning. Not a clean install, but just, reinstall over the top of it. None of that fixed it. So, the yellow colors are things that he can interact with. The red items are important things, like story or quest related stuff. So those are the important, those are the ones you definitely want to look at. Like doors will be yellow, chests will be yellow, cabinets will be yellow. Things that he can open or interact with.
Old toy. No use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime.
Yeah, and you can see it's a very, very finicky of where it wants you to stand.
Somebody fixed this recently.
To allow you to interact with things. There's another one.
No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
Here that does changed red to yellow. The shopkeeper. Dear Master Shopkeeper, for a long time I have been asking my parents to buy me a toy. Mummy always cries and says that we haven't got any money. Daddy gets cross when I ask him when he will earn some, and once he nearly hit me. Ouch. My friends have beautiful toys. Laura has a teddy bear and Michelle has a doll with golden hair that you can brush with a real comb. I worry I will never have a toy, which is why I am writing to you, Master Shopkeeper. I wanted to write this letter to you for a long time ago, but I don't know how to write them then. Oh, didn't know how to write them. Now I know. If you have a pretty toy that other children don't want, I will look after it. It will be happy with me. Please don't laugh at me. I know I am little, but I also know that toys are not really alive. They only live in our imagination, but so what? I would love it very much. Isa or Isa? Well, what I'm going to try next, Thunder, is at the same time that I've been trying to troubleshoot this issue, I also have a capture device made by Razer. If you're familiar with some of the Razer stuff. Having problems with that also, but that's a much more serious issue. And I have a, if you're familiar with Gigabyte, with the mini computers, they're about this big, little box. Full computers are very small. I have one of those in the other room, and I've been trying to help the Razer people.
Nice little trinket.
Troubleshoot that. So what I may do is take the Elgato from this machine into that room and hook it up to that machine and see if it's happening on that machine too. If it happens on that one too, then that means that it's a problem with the Elgato. If it doesn't, then there's something on this machine that it doesn't like. That's the next step. And troubleshooting sucks. I mean,
Let's go.
it'll be great once I figure everything out, figure out what the hell's going on, but
So this is his nest. Need to look around.
until you do. Regis! Damn you. Uh-oh.
Detloff van der Eretain, you do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. We know also of your weakness for the wench they call Renowed. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her flesh. Yet you can save her. You need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men in the manner we prescribe.
Some kind of contract for
You
him?
must complete the killing in 3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a memento of your failure.
Ret.
Your beloved's finger.
There you have it. Proof positive Detlav killed not of his own accord. A blackmailer sunk his claws into him.
No, it's probably more like loot, loot, backstab, loot, loot. Is probably a better division of labor.
Any idea what it could be? Detloff have any enemies?
Indeed. Detlav gains foes occasionally, but they never live long.
One might have managed to evade
I guess
him.
that's her.
Possible in theory, but I know of none. It would have to be someone devilishly dangerous. As you well know, having faced Detlav yourself. Whoever it is someone new.
Okay, so apparently Detloff is not the main person we're after here.
Who's Renowed?
His one-time lover. The sole human woman with whom he was very close. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile world. She began the work that I strive to continue.
Ever meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him a time before he came round to save me, though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
What he's referring to when he says Detloff saved him is Regis was human and he died, he got killed, and essentially Detloff saved his life by turning him into a vampire. So that's how Regis is a vampire.
Why do you think that? Any signs or clues to that effect?
None to be found. Apparently she disappeared one day. Her belongings disappeared with her. Not a scenario one associates with kidnapping. In my humble opinion, she left on her own. Scared off perhaps by a bout of Detlav's rage that revealed his other, more monstrous side.
Detloff have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left him?
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing? And Detlav is so much more emotional than most humans. Not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. And one never leaves one's
long
pack
life
voluntarily.
and all that. According to what, and I don't know if this is true in vampire lore in general, but one of the comments that Regis had made earlier in the game was, and Regis and Geralt have known each other for a long time, they're good friends, was that if a human killed a vampire can regenerate and essentially come back to life, but if another vampire kills another vampire, the vampire is permanently dead at that point.
Detloff ever try to find her? I mean, if she was that important. Higher vampires have their ways, all kinds. Should have been easy as pie for him.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires, not miracle workers. He searched for months on end before giving up. Clearly Renowed knew him all too well. Enough to cover her tracks, leave no way for him to find her.
I don't know how the whole wooden stake through the heart fits into that in the, in the Witcher universe.
Even if Renowed did abandon him that time, looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with that. And hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply. And that blood, those individuals, they mean nothing to him.
Yeah, do we even talk about Twilight?
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his
Fight Club.
pack.
Exactly.
Right, so someone's blackmailing him. We know that. Still have no idea who. Need to look around some more.
He's a very bushy guy. Regis, stop it.
Tools were used recently. Dettlaff unwind by fixing toys between murders.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Nice tune.
Indeed. I'm not certain why, but it reminds me of home. Our true home from before the conjunction of spheres.
Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys. Somebody fixed this recently.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
And generally, once you probably picked up on this, but generally when you have something that's red and you interact with it, from that point on it will show up as yellow.
Woman's likeness. Bit smudged. That Renowed?
I don't know. As I said, I never met her.
Reminds me of someone.
Who?
Not sure. Can't help feeling I've seen that face before, though.
It's not the woman that we ran into at the very beginning of the game, is it? Or the DLC? Letters naming the beast's targets. Ooh.
Look, slips of paper, name on each. Count Crespi, Count Dulac, Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, Count Delacroix.
Dettlaff's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
Must have come from whoever wrote the letter. All of it written using the same ink. See the color? Ink was dyed with cinnabarite. Rare mineral, pretty much found only in...
Nazaire. But I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
Look, this slip is stained.
With wine. Not much to go on either. Especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps also worth remembering.
I have not seen Schindler's List. I'm generally familiar with what it is and what it's about. I have not heard of or know anything about executables at all.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Regis. Somebody kidnapped a vampire's lover. Bold to begin with. Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murderer. Blackmailer's skilled. Someone special.
Astute. Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Let's sum up what we know. Seems Dettlaff's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Nazari ink. And not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Dettlaff's innocence, clearly.
He still killed people. Right?
Not how I'd put it. Doubt it's how the Duchess will see it either.
I trust you to convince her. And then...
What? Go on, don't be shy. See you've got it all figured out, including the grin I gotta wear.
It's a rather bold plan, but... Were we to find Renowed, we would strip the blackmailers of their hold on Dettlaff.
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Dettlaff? He gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not. I shall convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. I'll await him here.
Oh?
He's sure to return sooner or later.
Think he'll listen?
He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe.
No, he'll sense you from a mile off. Simply fail to appear. I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
Okay.
So be it. We'll await you here. Dettlaff and I both.
It's a great movie, but not historically accurate, is what you're essentially saying. All right, I'll add that to it. Man, I just leveled up again. Oh, and I was going to mention, also, for those of you that have not played this, it may not mean a whole lot to you. But one of the things that I did yesterday while I was trying to troubleshoot the audio issues is I did that side quest that you get from Triss. I assume you get it from Yennefer if you're romantically involved with Yennefer. But I got it from Triss, and I went to... I'd have to see if this is like an homage to Poe, but, what was the guy's name? Moreau. Dr. Moreau was investigating. You go through this whole quest of investigating a laboratory and all that. First you gotta find it and all that, but it turns out that this Dr. Moreau was doing experiments on his son, who was also a witcher. What he was trying to do was reverse the oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? The Witcher abilities. And it wound up enhancing them instead of removing them. And I haven't even had a chance to look at this yet, but apparently you get a new tree of stuff somewhere. Here, there it is, the Y. Here we go, it's right here in the middle. Yeah, so you get, once you do that, apparently you get this, which are additional enhancements or skills or abilities that Geralt can now use. So, I have not looked at this. I'm probably not going to do it now because I don't... Yeah, like I said, yeah, sure, go ahead. It should work. Oh, well, maybe not. Wow. Really? It removed all of your freaking messages. Well, I guess, yeah. A little bit of smackdown for Thunder here. I get... That's probably my fault because I probably had to go into Chatbot and since I didn't do that, actually, let me look in here and see. Discord, word, commands, timers, quotes, extra quotes. What do you use for your chatbot, Zombie? You use Streamlabs chatbot? Have you ever done what it is that we're trying to... Permit name? Okay. Well, I just went in and changed link protection. Punishment, I guess the default punishment for link protection is purge, which is what it did. So I changed it to timeout. A little harsh. I don't know. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to change them all to timeout. Urge is a little harsh. But once you reach regular status, which for me is 15 hours. Channel, you won't have to worry about that. Okay, so it's MDK. I don't know if this will fix it. Okay. No, that's fine. Go ahead and try it again. I know it's probably going to be too late, but... Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay, get ready to post it again. I'll take the 19 out. Okay, there we go. Oh, 1996. Yeah, I can see that. IMDb. Yeah, because it was... Yeah, that is Poe, right? I want to say that's Edgar Allan Poe. And like I said, I don't know if that's a if that's an homage. if that Moreau is an homage to Poe's Moreau. You know, I woke up at 4:30 this morning. I've been up since 4:30. Yeah, it's something that I'd have to look up.
Beast, a witcher.
See if it's to see if that's what it is. I would assume that it probably is. I know that there's
you
often
can't pull
those
one
kinds
over
of,
on me, Witcher. I can
those kinds
see
of references.
you're a killer.
Other games, other books, poems, music,
The
media.
guard brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and rot in chains.
Your Grace.
Blag.
And what of...
Geralt
Is she
of
still
Rivia,
wearing the same
Master
dress she was
Witcher.
wearing earlier?
I was not mistaken. You arrived and trouble followed soon after.
Step aside. Got a matter for the Duchess.
At last, Witcher. We've been on
I love the
tenterhooks.
detail on her
Did you
dress.
catch Milton's killer?
Case is more serious than we thought. The beast? I couldn't kill it. Didn't manage.
We sent you after a monster, and you return with nothing? We are very disappointed.
I'm not done.
Situation's not quite that simple. Beast's a powerful vampire.
Ha! Is this a problem? Is it too much for a witcher? A monster slayer? But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight. Or arm yourself with ample garlic and drive a stake through its heart.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods, pure invention. Only work in legends and fables.
And buckthorn? When I was a child,
Grandmama Adamarta always claimed buckthorn drives off vampires.
Silver sword's your best option for keeping them at bay. But it won't get the job done, because only a higher vampire can truly kill another of its kind.
Excuses. Ha! Your Grace,
It's
I shall
interesting that it
assemble
doesn't
a
even
battue.
show me
Bring
what
the
that
matter to
message
its
was
end
that got
at once.
auto-modded.
The Witcher need but tell us where to find this monster.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, if someone named Mustachio posted a message in chat that auto-modded and that's what you replied to, I don't see the message. I see yours, but if someone... Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I got you. I see what's going on now. You're telling the guy with the mustache to shut up. Yeah. Now I get it. What? And it blocked that one too. What the hell? Yes, I know that now. I finally figured it out. I know. Well, it's supposed...
Go ahead.
It's...
Send them to their death. Certain death.
To a lone Witcher, perhaps. To 40 of my men-at-arms, but another skirmish.
40, 50, 100, doesn't matter. Won't make any difference against him.
You have not seen my guardsmen in action.
Can they fight fog? Hit a target that moves faster than the wind?
How? What creature can do such things?
Creatures like this one. Higher vampires, we call them. Each one's a little different. Unique or exceptional, you might say. Some transform into giant bats. Others communicate with animals, command them.
Yet all are still brainless beasts.
Not true.
Dead wrong. Thinking of lesser vampires. Alps, Ekamaras, Catacans, for instance. They're ruled by instinct, sure. Attack anything that smells of blood. Higher vampires? They think. They employ reason.
Monsters driven by reason. A curious contention. What, then, do you intend to do?
I'm looking at the auto mod settings right now. They are custom. And I've got them all set to the same. It says discrimination, sexual content, hostility, profanity. I have some filtering as that too. So it's at the second lowest. The second lowest of the 4 settings. And it still flagged those. So if I set it to defaults, yeah, see, defaults means no filtering for sexual content, hostility, and profanity, and some filtering for discrimination. See, this is what happens. When you try to
It's
let
way
AI
beyond being
take over
some
stuff.
monster. This is a powerful being that's walked the world for centuries.
Yeah, impossible. If so great is their power, why have they not killed or enslaved us all?
Don't usually meddle in our matters. Mostly stay out of our way because they don't care about humans one way or the other.
And they do not fear we shall wipe them out one day.
They'd probably be pretty amused if you asked them that. They're well aware of their strength.
Then what can we do? Do you have a plan?
Regis does.
Try to talk to him. That's our best bet.
I cannot believe this. Her Grace summons a Witcher to kill a monster. Instead, he wishes to chat with it. Ha.
Know what I'm doing. His lover was kidnapped. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Be so kind as to explain how a vampire might be blackmailed.
Higher vampires? They're like us, motivated by emotions, not instinct. Not only are they intelligent to an extreme, they're emotionally rich, capable of feeling many things, even
He
love.
probably shouldn't tell them
This
that
one
he's
fell
actually
in love with a
working with a
woman,
vampire to
a
try and
human,
find this vampire.
and he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust, suggest we let Milton's killer go free. Or wait until it murders again. We must render it harmless as quickly as possible.
Which is why that's my aim now, to prevent further attacks. Vampires only half the problem.
No, I don't.
Blackmailers at fault chiefly. Kidnapped the woman to control the vampire.
And what do you propose to do?
I'll find the blackmailer, free the vampire's lover.
You were to destroy him, not help him.
No one else should die. That's most important. As soon as the woman's safe, he'll have no more reason to kill.
I admit to being swayed, Witcher. You may be right. Do you know
Yeah, I just
anything
want to
about
try
the
and prevent it.
blackmailer?
Got one lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them. One of them stained. A drop of wine, looks like. So damn little to go on.
You've no idea how wrong you are, my dear. Send for the ducal sommelier.
Sommelier. Chop, chop!
In Tucson, wine is sacred. Here there is no such thing as a drop of wine, or stains therefrom. They are stains from a drop of Est, Ervelus, Fiorano.
Your Grace wished to see me.
That was quick.
Witcher, show him the paper scrap.
You probably lick it and be able to tell which kind of
Benoit,
wine
can
it
you
is.
determine which wine made this stain?
Yes, yes. The west bank of the Saar too. That's rather obvious. Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak. Hue, deep burgundy. Clarity, high. It's simple. Saint Real, the 1269 vintage.
That's impossible. The wine is produced at Castel Ravello, especially and exclusively for the ducal table. Perhaps some Sonreal was stolen. We must go to the vineyard.
We?
See if there's not been an incident.
Exactly. What do you mean, we?
Saint Real. Never heard of it.
It's highly unlikely you've ever had a chance
You mean
to partake of
sangria?
it. As I said, it is only ever served to the ducal family.
Didn't stop it from ending up on that scrap of paper. Unless your Grace's sommelier is mistaken.
In matters of wine, Benoit is never mistaken. If he says it's Sonreal, it is Sonreal. We must ride to Castel Ravello at once. Discover what has happened.
Oh, dude, there is so much in these games, so much in this game. Holy cow. Wow, you talk about deep. I mean, not deep in a weird way, but deep as far as the lore and everything like that. And the amount of information and all of that stuff. Wow.
Wait, your Grace wants to go with me? Out of the question.
I hired you, mister.
I hope you do not suppose we will sit on our ducal hiney and do nothing
On our
while our
hiney.
duchy is in grave danger.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too dangerous. The Witcher should go alone.
Why don't you go with
It
me,
pleases me to
Mustachio?
see you gentlemen finally agree on something. But I've made my decision. We shall go, accompanied by the best possible escorts. You, Captain, and Geralt. We will travel incognito.
I can't even
We've
imagine
no
how
wish
nice
to
this
give the
would
court
look in
any reason
4K.
to gossip.
I mean, I
For
can.
the
I just
duration
have
of this
to...
mission, I release you from your obligation
Not
to
stream
adhere
it.
to court protocol. In short, from now on, I am Anna Henrietta, not your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace. Witcher, are you ready?
Let's go.
Yeah, ready to go.
Excellent. Give me a moment. I must don something more appropriate and concealing. Then we will be off.
Whoa. Slip into something a little more comfortable. You could probably take months if you wanted to do like everything that's possible. Well, I would reverse that. I would reverse that, zombie, because Witcher did come first. Yes, now see, now that was appropriately auto-modded there.
This vampire, have you ever faced its sort before?
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Geralt, why do you flee?
Witcher, come back! You're to protect Her Highness!
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated
but
one,
automod
sure,
takes
but he
care of
didn't
that
manage
too.
to kill it.
It's profanity.
Ultimately, only another vampire can kill a vampire.
Well, but remember, I changed it.
Not even a draft horse will talk without some carrot.
I changed all of those to timeout instead of purge.
Panthers have attacked the wagon.
Take it easy.
We must help.
Stay back, your grace!
Oh, we've got some bad kitties.
Back, you beast! Begone! Save us! Back, you beast!
Oh, actually,
Begone!
Ard works better.
Help! Save us! Back, you beast! Begone! Help! Save us! Back, you beast! Begone!
Done. Time to move on.
If not for you, we'd have been done for.
They were fortunately happened
You
fast.
saved our lives.
Hooray!
Hooray! Oh man, I need the need to get the gauge array sound on one of my Stream Deck buttons. I already have that, which is Coltrane. Coltrane from Gears. We also have
Ooh, shiny stuff.
that's Gage from Borderlands as well. We also have ID Tina.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Where are they? She's probably the one character that I'm most
Take it
interested
easy.
in seeing in Borderlands 3 because I want to see what they've done with her now that she's older.
You call that escorting Her Illustrious Highness? What were you thinking?
Captain, this is not the time for such complaints. As for you, Witcher, next time.
Oh, she
keep
dresses
close.
down pretty well too. That's not a bad outfit.
Captain de la Tour, we did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court?
Just a dream about Borderlands?
Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of Beauclair. Well,
Beauclair.
we've our hands full. Especially since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens.
I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed.
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabricio. I am well.
Your Grace? We were not warned. I shall order the salon prepared at once.
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on
Yeah.
an official visit.
Speaking of
Naturally.
Came to see you. Got some questions.
In this land, it is seen as polite to introduce oneself before asking any questions.
This is Geralt of Rivia, a
Ghost?
witcher. He has come to Toussaint on my personal invitation.
Which is to say...
Which is to say, I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that, Witcher? Fabricio will be delighted to answer your every question.
Want to talk about San Real?
I am at your service.
The San Real. How many vineyard workers have access to it?
One might say only I do.
Not like you make the wine all alone.
Spectre?
At least a dozen others work here.
I see you've little notion how wine is made. Grapes travel a long road before they become Sonreal. The workers assist me only to the stage of fermentation. I see to the maceration personally and let no one near the fat. Workers, again, assist me during barreling, but then I seal the aging barrels myself, each and every one. The wine lies in the cellar, gains character. Once this process is complete, it becomes Sonreal. And as it happens, only I have the key to the cellar in question.
Who hauls the barrels to the palace?
We've our own garrison. Guards who have served here for years and would answer with their heads for the wine.
We'll not get anywhere asking questions, I see. It's a waste of time.
Your Grace? How am I to understand this?
Master Fabricio, we have proof someone's gained access to Sonreal. Someone who should not have, which means one of two things. Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not even realized it. In either case, you shall answer for it.
But...
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to reflect. When I return, I expect to hear answers. Remind me, where is the Sonreal stored?
In the cellar.
In the main cellar, around the corner. I'll show you.
I shall find it. Give me the key to the cellar and wait here.
Oh, of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Witcher.
Oh boy, I bet we can loot a whole bunch of hooch here.
What if Fabricio's blackmailing the vampire? Considered that?
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabricio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello.
Slow down, lady. I must loot.
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Okay.
Vintner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Here it is. Barreling. Everything lines up at first glance. Neatly and thoroughly documented.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
Wine, anyone?
Saint-Réal. Barrels are dated 1268.
Close, but not quite the right year.
Wasn't really trying to find the right one yet. Looking for extra stuff to loot.
Right here. 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Want to open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
Full.
This one is full.
This one's full too. Full. This one's full too. Full. Looks like all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of Saint-Réal? Grab a tap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Oh, we're gonna get shit-faced. Gonna have our own wine tasting. Excuse me. Find a tapping hammer. Okay. Don't break your knees, girl. There we go, there's some wine. Oh, there's some more. My finder's fee.
Got the taps.
Then get to work. Let's broach those barrels.
Let's broach those barrels.
Ready.
Step aside.
Oh, excuse me. Step aside, she says.
So?
Those hints of spice. Distinctive. This is Saint-Réal.
Yes, she's... Yes. Well, she is a duchess, so... Goes with the territory, I guess. Oh, that's not bad. We only had to open 2 of them.
Bitter, plonk.
Patooey!
Could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Oh!
Master Fabricio, I am very disappointed.
But, Your Grace, I...
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
I admit it. I sold a barrel of Saint-Réal. I beg you to forgive me.
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a nobleman without land of his own? I shall tell you everything, if you agree to show me mercy.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool, very foolish. I beg you, your grace, you must forgive me.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sonreal. He was to serve
Yeah, but
as
he wouldn't know that
intermediary.
the person was a vampire.
This man's
though.
name.
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Cintra.
I've no Cintrian aristocrat at court.
Wine itself. How'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astre. A dozen or so men came to collect. Armed men.
Stink of trouble.
The kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? That the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it, have it ready to deliver.
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight. Captain, have your men take Master Fabricio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge. What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Cintrian noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
Yeah.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position ourselves before you arrive. You take the cart and meet us there.
The cart.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal.
You know, fire off a flare. It's like taking over a control point. Fire off a flare. Call in the reinforcements.
Relax. Now we wait.
Purdy. Roach is a girl, by the way. In case you didn't know. Or care.
Ah, our favorite vintner.
What you're seeing should be coming from Twitch chat, not from slobs. Or not slobs, but chat bot. Oh, you mean the one that shows up on screen? Is that what you're talking about? Fight!
Comes as good as
Ow! Oh, god damn it. Fucking archers. I hate those assholes. Hell, oh, there he is in the back. Army bastards. Oop. Whoops. Little too close to the exploding barrel. Hopefully it will drop me right back at the beginning of the fight. And we'll skip all that.
We'll teach you discipline.
There we go. A little bit of ard. To me! Popping is starting again. Oh, wow. I guess it doesn't work on the big guys. Pistachio in there. Damn.
Didn't anybody ever tell you it's rude to leave before the cake's cut?
Misbehave. It is morning, yes. As I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I found a workaround for my audio problem. I wanted to actually play the game without having them.
Is it just me, or did we agree
The dark
you'd wait
cloud
for my
of
signal?
audio problems hanging over my head.
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended
So
otherwise.
Thunder and Zombie are keeping
At your
me company
service.
this morning.
It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher,
Come on.
a moment. I was wrong about you.
Oh?
Well, had no reason to trust me, and I didn't do much to change that.
True. You are not the most endearing of men. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
Might have known she'd come.
Not at all surprised. Expected she'd want to oversee this personally.
The master's eye fattens the calf. You're beginning to understand that, I see. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions.
She's not, compared to most other women in this game, she's not stacked.
Captain, do the honors.
Doesn't appear to be, anyway.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
His name is Dog? Oh, dude.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call it...
Wait. If he doesn't wish to speak, he needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful.
Oh boy, I don't know how to pronounce that. Nas. Can I call you Nas?
You're the beast.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Welcome.
What?
How's your Sunday?
Usually only take measures like that as a last resort, but in this case, think I can make an exception.
Do as you deem fit. He is all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no!
Crikey?
Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength.
Isn't that like
Got a
Ozzy?
long night ahead of you.
No! Don't let him! I'll talk!
Yeah, I know, right?
Barrels. Where were you gonna take them?
I don't know.
Captain, need that rope after all.
I truly don't know. Hornet's the leader, only he ever knew where to go. But he lies over there, dead. That one. The first barrel went to a warehouse at the port. But where this one was bound,
That's my first playthrough. That's why the blind stuff is up
You
there.
must believe me.
It's great. It really is.
Who hired you?
He'll kill me.
Ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered the men for this caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there.
I like that outfit, though. I love the red.
Captain, we ride to town. Gather
And
your
I
men
assume
and
it's
seek out
black.
the
I don't
Cintrian.
think that we've seen
Someone
her
else
in
must
that
have seen
outfit
him.
during
Must
the
know
day.
of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Let's go to town.
They do. Absolutely, they do. I love Ciri's outfit. Yen's, Triss's, Geralt's cat armor. I like that too. The Duchess's.
He's late.
The green and gold one. The green one. This one.
There's something I'd like to
And
know.
they all look great.
How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Sooner or later, everyone slips up. Cintrian stole the Sun Real. That was his mistake.
Yet if we had not happened on the wine stain...
You're right. We got lucky. Even so, still can't be sure he's behind the kidnapping, the blackmail. Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Just Mustachio.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man.
Oh my god, it's the Templars.
Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Not the first time.
Used to it. Not the first time I've been hunted.
Must you always? Now, the port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer. I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted. Fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
The Mandragora? What's that?
A club. An affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique. Consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with
Another
the crowd.
party?
Precisely what we shall do.
Get to play dress up again?
Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
Yes, ma'am. 3 bags full. Must meet me. Oh, I wonder if she would be. It says optional. I wonder if she would be pissed if I'm not gonna read that. We showed up in our Witcher armor.
I should double the patrols, just in case.
Knowing her, she probably would be. She would certainly at least make a comment.
Rat, the Cintrian, but we'll get him.
Okay, where do we get said clothes?
I should double the patrols, just in case.
Yeah, she probably would.
You'll not find work here. Not.
I mean, I don't have anything on me. Yeah, see, I got nothing. Got a bunch of extra. Bunch of extra weapons. How did I wind up with 2? Beeline crossbows. Yeah, see? I mean, I remember during the all right, thanks for coming out, Thunder. Appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out. I was gonna say, when I misbehave, I don't know if you did this quest yet or not. You remember? I don't remember who you whether you probably chose Triss as well, but when you got the quest at the beginning of the DLC, got that note from her, that side quest. I don't know if you've done that yet or not. If you have, I wanted to mention something to everybody else, but if you haven't, I won't. Okay, I will not mention anything about that then. But you haven't done it yet. That's when I was doing some more testing on the audio issue last night. That's one of the things that I was playing through offline. Yeah, I don't have any clothes, any appropriate clothes. Where do I get them from? This will tell me. Get some. Okay. Ah, all right.
Hey, is that not this cur with the price on his head? It's him! Get him! Come together now!
Oh, damn archers. God, I hate you sons of bitches. Evan, you die first. Oh, you can't block the heavy stuff. Ow. Some of the dodging, maybe I'm not pushing the buttons hard enough, but some of the dodging isn't working very well.
We'll teach you discipline!
And if you're just gonna stand there, I was gonna wait for him to attack.
Locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
Aw, man, the poor puppy got in the middle of it. But yeah, it's actually kind of long, to be honest.
Best cure for the beast.
That's all I'll say about it.
Drinking. The most fun you can have with your clothes on.
Wow, has that saying been around for that long?
Welcome to Beauclair, city of love.
Sending me all the way.
In fact, I wonder if a witcher pays any taxes at all.
Yeah, I did all the fist fights yesterday too. I mean, that's just minor stuff.
I won't go! I simply won't do it!
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and rot in chains.
It is 10 o'clock. He's probably closed. Just kill him blind. There he is. Hello, Pierre.
Sacre bleu.
Sacre
It's
bleu.
a crime. You're from the north. That's painfully clear.
Excuse me?
There is no excuse. There is but the need to outfit you anew. My salon stands open. Please come in.
All jests aside, let me see what you got in your wardrobe.
I'm more than willing, sir.
Should we just go with the cheapest one? Oh, do we need a mask also? I have a wolf mask. Just don't have any clothes. All right, we got 20 grand, so let's guess that's enough.
Thanks. Think that's all I need for now.
Ever your servant, sir.
I don't want to put him on yet because I might, since I'm a wanted man, I might get in another fight along the way.
Quite the favorite whiff.
Whoa. Quite dashing there, Mr. Geralt of Rivia.
Peasantry moving up.
Of course he's still carrying his swords. We'll leave those on till we get there. Just in case. Bon vivant.
My heart's about to burst.
Reginald Aubrey has returned.
Excuse me.
Not to be missed. Buy your tickets now. Available from.
Oh.
I know, right? Jerry's all spiffied up. Alright, I guess we can, I'll assume. He's not gonna need that. I don't know that it would even matter. Of course, if he gets in a fight, I'll have to put it back on real quick.
Late. Now, why does that not surprise me?
Oh, I love those lanterns. I had lanterns like that in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but... just one other detail.
Mask.
Here, put it on.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Any idea why they wear masks?
Likely because they imagine it oh so very romantic and mysterious. The truth is far simpler. This way, no one can tell which drunken aristocrats are pinching the performers.
Let's go. Soiree started.
Let's get it started.
Wise of you to hide your weapons.
Let's get
They'd
it
not have let us
started
in
in
otherwise,
here.
that's certain.
All right, boy, let's do this.
How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. Soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Belont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
Shame. We would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master
great
of
Khaleesi?
visual illusions, come to
Mother
us
of
from
dragons?
far off afar.
Visual illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Bellant.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaveri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
Oh, really? Oh, man. Is this gonna turn out to be another wedding party? Hearts of stone. Oh my god, that was awesome. Oh my god, look at all the markers. Holy shit.
Go on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you. The paint.
Good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Alright, so I have to equip them.
Quite the gnome color. Splendid. The sky over Toussaint before the storm.
Or a deeply internalized fear of intimacy.
That green, lush and
Yeah, we're going with the Joker motif.
To wines and to wine! Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a decoys. Scarlet, crimson,
And because Joker's involved, some blood. Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am.
Let's look in the
Lady.
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different way.
She ought to be in one of the alcoves.
A strong, subtle soul requires great precision.
It's not a landscape, Clem. It's a manifestation of the man's soul.
Voila! Fine. Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal?
The painting depicts spiritual dualism. The continual battle between good and evil, and defiance.
Oh yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of man.
And defiance. The great absinthe. The preferred hooch of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up a pretty powerful resistance.
This place.
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Khaleesi, wait a minute.
Ah, how beautiful. The dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Impressive.
Blah, blah, blah. And what's got...
About to burst from a surfeit of beauty.
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Fine. Let's give it a try.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
Yeah, like I said, that reminds me of that part in, I guess that's the beginning of the trials. Horizon Zero Dawn. I have all those lanterns.
Aren't they even? Because the right cuff seems somewhat higher to me.
Then I shall have to convince you.
Do not disturb! Shoo, shoo!
Shoo, shoo!
It's the right flower.
Wait a minute, I thought it was supposed to be white.
The Kaviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
Cover your eyes, kids!
Lie still! You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard of me?
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learnt I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
Oh?
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Cintrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Cintrian noble. Ah! You must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
Exception true. I would have ever loved to meet him. It's a shame he didn't come.
Need I remind you that neither did you?
Form exists in the material from the start. One must simply...
This paint, it's rather... It's very...
Bloody colorful, that's what!
We must strip off the manners of form. Venture beyond the bounds of cognition.
Literally have to get right on
Someone
top
left
of
their
it.
loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone
Finger food. Oh, hey.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
Looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Let's get some food while we're here. And some hooch. A whole bunch of hooch. You see girl walking around stuffing all this stuff in his pockets. Okay.
This paint, it's rather... It's very...
Bloody colorful, that's what!
Venture beyond the bounds of cognition.
True talent paints like the great one.
The great one.
But what if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely come. Don't worry.
How can you be so sure?
Brother dearest, trust.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh! Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
Why are you not in the service of your grace
I hope we can count on your discretion.
any longer?
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each
What
other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
A southern drawl.
Must be him. We must get to the dressing room quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No.
How
stay
y'all
here.
doing?
Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Oh, we got more food?
Quickly, upstairs.
Uh-oh.
That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
I wonder. No, can't put the clothes back on. Gear.
Killed her, then went out on the balcony.
Ah, another casket. Woohoo! Another casket for the collection. Oh, gotta check the lunchbox over here.
Bloody handprint. It's his.
Gold
Tore down the
casket.
door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too. Must have climbed this ladder.
Ladder. Okay. Ah, here we go. Yeah, I think so, for the most part. Sometimes it's real. His movement in general is either fully on or fully off. It's like he's either standing or he's like running. It's very hard, at least with a controller, to get him to where, you know, he's just doing like that as opposed to sprinting or jogging. I mean, other than that, it's fine.
Could still be here. Need to stay alert.
Hey, another one. Check that in a minute. I'm gonna check everything. Let's steal everything else we can steal first. It's like, let's see, we've got Adam Jensen, Lara Croft, Geralt of Rivia, nothing but petty thieves. I've played Red Dead 2, at least the beginning part of it. Some of the worst controls I've ever used in a game, ever. It's part of the reason why I don't play Red Dead 2 anymore. Because the controls are so bad.
Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably.
They can. If you do it like in front of a guard and they see you, yes, they will attack you on sight. But for stuff like this, there's nobody around, so...
Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it.
It's that thing. It's pretty, bright.
Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace? Seems there was a struggle. Bloodstains. Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it, hard, then sank to the floor.
Yeah, welcome to the NCIS portion of our...
Looks valuable,
of our
but it's not what he came for.
Forensic pathologist.
Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room.
Yeah, oh, me too. I mean, I make fun of it, but you also get to hear his thoughts about stuff too. That's still red, so...
Sconce is bent, smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out?
Oh, Fallout? Vault Dweller? Crossover.
Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like. Locked. And no key in sight.
Okay. Let's... something. Oh, I thought I got that already.
Hunting knife. Richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his
Man,
last.
these outfits.
Finally failed this time.
Awesome.
Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything in full detail.
Oh, extended cutscene. Renaissance Festival. Yeah, we have those down here too.
Red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
Crazy.
Not too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I assure you. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone was very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Cintrian must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his
Hair
employer.
Darker than it seems to have been earlier.
Is this the
in
only
game.
evidence we
She seemed to
found?
be,
Also happened on
very
the weapon he
blondish.
attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Ooh, watermelon.
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Sonreal and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers.
Uh-oh. The plot
She
thickens.
left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft, was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys. But I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift, at a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl. Someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen. Or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right. What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was... cursed.
Uh-oh.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since. Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Duntine, and if Siana is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make sure of that.
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do. I very much wish to talk to her. Sister to sister.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlef
Oh,
van
you
der
found
Erden,
him.
an arrival from Nazaire. We are lending our combined resources to the Witch's Hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally.
Is she a vampire too?
Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only 2 options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might a monster wish to apologize to a witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the witcher trait for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
What is going on, buddy? I'm wondering
An
about
exceptional
Oriana now.
conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detloff here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detloff believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore. That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
Oriana, she really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in... I can't begin to tell you in how long. But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Mm-hmm. Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detloff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got away with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detloff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detloff. Good luck, my friend.
Splendidly, Detlaff. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Suck up.
Gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish the second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out? You have exceptional friends. This Detlaff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
So what's his?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix's mill. It stands along the Saône-Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
Oh, we're gonna storm, guys. We're gonna storm it. Cockatrice Inn, wasn't that over in the area that we started DLC in? Had about a half hour left, roughly. Alright, let's see. Let's put our... We got all kinds of dye now. On... Do with our potions. Let's see, of thunder and swallow. That's it. Stormy Daniels. Yeah, there you go. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, there it is. I'm looking in the wrong place. Strawberries. 50, 5, 15. Let's put that there and put that up there, I guess. Let's see, pockets, that's for usually put the isn't that the torch? We don't need the... He's had a couple of other toys to play with. The story in the main game. I don't think he needs any of that now. Yeah, see? Let's see, what kind of colors we got here? What should we make Geralt's colors? So we only have, I guess it's one bottle of dye per piece. Pink. The orange. See, I wonder if it's also some remover too. I've got plenty of remover. All right, I want to try something. I'm guessing that it's one bottle of dye per piece. But I want to try that. Okay, so why... Okay, so it is subdued compared to
And loosen your belt, for you are
the color that's in the model. So the model of him is correct. That is what it looks like.
No man knows the day or the hour. The merchant
I'm going to reload this in a minute anyway. I just wanted to look at it and see what it looked like. I mean, the yellow doesn't look that bad. I probably should have done this with Yeah, so yeah, you do consume it per piece. Orange. Did it not take? Okay, that's that's orange. Not bright, but definitely orange. What else we got? Brown, very dull. Black. Gray. Turquoise. Alright, that doesn't look bad.
Night, bluff, and wine counsel no half-heart.
Let's see what else we got. Blue, we only got one black. That doesn't look bad, but it's not. Looks like it only colored the arms, though. Arms and the
Long live
thigh pads, I guess you could call them.
3 cheers for Toussaint!
Stocks and the whip await those running riot.
Alright, I guess that's what it did. Yeah, so you no longer get the preview. I guess once you color it. Right. Find some. I found a lot of them on that one quest that I talked about that I did yesterday that you haven't done yet. Found a lot of them there.
Unbelievable.
Alright, so like I said, we've got about a half an hour and I don't know how long this is going to take. Let's see if we can find something that might be fairly quick. Actually, what we probably need to do we need to dump some inventory.
To be born in Toussaint is to be born under a lucky star.
Toussaint.
Unbelievable.
Watch it!
Appearances
Of quality
deceive,
goods,
Witcher.
only the best.
Beware.
Another murder by the horrid beast. Milton the Payra.
Yeah, this is the Grandmaster guy. You have to do a quest for him.
Greetings. I hope your search
Get the
goes well.
schematics.
What do you
It's
have on offer?
outrageously expensive. $32. You know, see, that's supposed to be the one that goes with the set, but I'm afraid to get rid of it because it might take away both of them. I think it's probably a glitch that I have two. Even though that one does more damage, I don't want to break up the set. All right, one thing that I did want to do, sure.
Farewell.
Good luck on the path.
Go back to the crib. Some more upgrades on the crib.
I dreamt I was a
To
wolf.
be honest, every last man Jacques in these
To be
parts
born
has
in Toussaint is to be born under a lucky star. Banquets and wine are rather suited for pleasant.
at that view. Look at that. Is that not awesome? Alright. Fast travel. Alright. Back home. Yeah, this vineyard, the Duchess gave us this property. And you can improve it. So we've already done the stables. So Roach has a nice place to hang out. We did.
And what do you get
So
for
we
all
did the
that
gardens,
word?
vineyards.
Cook in Quebec. What's your means?
They cleaned up the cellar down here where we had there was a fight here as part of the story. That's been cleaned up. You'll find, I guess this really isn't a story spoiler, but there's this hidden room here. This is, you can use this station to convert. Oh, Geralt, no. Converting mutagens.
I've scissored my fingers
See
into
what else is
shreds.
outside. We did the general improvement, so you see the outside. Outside looks nicer than it did when we first got it. Inside looks much nicer too. You've put some extra stuff on the walls. You can put weapons here. You can put armor sets here in the back. Paintings, shields, stuff like that. Here's the guy that's in charge of all of that stuff. And yeah, it looks really nice. This is the painting of Olgierd from the Hearts of Stone DLC. Guest bedroom is up here. They were using it for storage when you first get it, and it was a mess. But that's all been cleaned up. Very nice. Let's see, was there a painting spot in here? Yeah, there's one there. We don't have one to put in it yet. And he always falls down the stairs from that spot. Bedroom is over here. This is one of the other paintings. I think that was the one that we got from the camera guy. Did that quest for him. Master bedroom is here. Bookshelves, library, whatever. Trophies here. I've only got the one trophy so far. This is the trophy for doing all the fist fights in Toussaint. Painting here. Bed, got a better bed. Couple more here since we've got a little extra cash. They do take time to do, so
very well indeed, sir.
not an immediate thing.
Corfo Bianco will soon be restored to its former glory.
Starting to really like this place. Maybe we should keep going, refurbish some more. What do you think, BB?
As you wish, sir. Shall we see to the house or the grounds this time?
Feels like by investing a bit of coin, I could make the house more functional.
I agree thoroughly, with every fiber of my being.
Suck up. Oh, we didn't do the bed yet. Sorry.
Thinking about buying a comfortable bed. Always wanted one.
Excellent idea. In your profession,
2 days,
rest
I bet.
is
It's like
supremely
everything
important.
is 2 days.
But say the word, and I shall order you a bed from the carpenters who craft comfort for the court.
Oh, bonus to vitality. That permanent or just when you sleep?
Great. Order me a fine bed, please. Think I deserve one at my age.
True indeed, true indeed. I shall send a runner at once. The bet will be in place by this time
Oh,
tomorrow.
nice.
Is there anything else you require, sir?
Along the path,
We
I've
don't have
often
enough to
picked up
fill it up yet,
well-crafted,
but-
beautifully ornamented armor. Some of those pieces would look great on display here.
I agree. It would lend the place a certain witch's air.
Witch's air.
Shall I order new stands at once, sir?
Yes, just please make sure they're solidly made and nicely finished.
It goes without saying, sir. There is nothing worse than splendid armor upon a subpar stand. By this time tomorrow, they shall be ready to display your finest finds. Is there anything else you require, sir?
Could use another weapon rack. Got some interesting pieces I'd like to display.
I know of a carpentry shop in town which crafts the humblest lumber into true masterpieces. You need but give the word.
Fine. Order the racks.
Of course, at once. At most 1 day for them to arrive, is my estimation. Is there anything else you require, sir?
Is there even anything
Starting to get into this whole
outside?
renovating thing. There must be other things we can improve.
With the utmost respect, sir. The vineyard has arrived at the pinnacle of perfection.
Yeah, so okay, all the
Any
outside
further
stuff. I
changes
guess those
could
were the
prove
last.
a regrettable
Those were
step
the last
down
things
slope
there.
towards the brash. I firmly advise against it.
Okay. So once
Thanks.
those are done, then that
Gotta
would
get
be,
back to my
fully,
business now.
fully
See
restored.
you soon.
You just wait until we get the. Or is that telling me what's already in it? Yeah, that's a take. Taking those. Let's see. I don't have. No, just the clothes.
Every day the same wine.
Every day the same wine. Oh, and here's the statue from one of the side quests. He lost his privates and you had to go find him.
The book of lust is hard and good.
Alright, let's see.
No
What we can do. Something we can do in 15 minutes. Treasure hunts. No. Oh, the spoon. Spoon. This is, we found the spoons. All those spoons yesterday looking for the saliva from the white. I think that's the one that looks like a key. So some more side missions we can pick up here, I guess.
Dark secrets taints you from a fairy tale, does she, like Toussaint?
Oh man, I like that blue already.
Did you kiss our sweet shining sun? Wipe your boots before you take another step. Don't slurp your food. Don't eat with your hands. Don't pick your teeth with your knife.
What?
Oh, I'm just jesting. You, sir,
What?
clearly were not born in a barn. Welcome to the pheasantry. The best auberge in all the duchy.
Auberge.
What are you serving up today?
Oh, cards. Alrighty. Muffins? Ooh, souffle. Flamiche. Camembert. Ratatouille. Nice. You definitely get the high dollar stuff here. Fish tart. Baguette. Duck convit. Beef bourguignon.
Spoon like this. When you set a place, where's it go?
My oh my. It seems rather a fanciful bouillon spoon. Or a key of some sort. There's a note here.
Yeah, note led me here. Any idea what the key might open?
Never seen it before. But you might search the cellars. The previous owner left all sorts of knickknacks there.
See you later.
Eat, drink, and be merry. Thus spake the prophet Lebioda. Where are you skittering off to, Silvermane?
Nice, more fish. Dried fruit. Those are good ones for general consumption too. Getting vitality back. Old pamphlet. Dear Beauclerc. Wake. Oh, we've already read this one. That's the one about revolting. Target. That's a good thing too, because it's starting to pop again. Smeagol! Lord of the Rings crossover. I know it's not spelled right. Louis Circus. Oh, Andy Circus. Oh my god, it's confirmed. Book contains hundreds of recipes, but instead of the recipe for rabbit on the last page, there are only a few chaotically written lines. Lebioda's Weeping Wounds. I've scoured dozens of elven manuscripts, and at last I've found it. I know now what spoon key I purchased at auction unlocks. It is nothing else but the key to the legendary studio of Ramses Gordon, elven priest of the goddess Danamebi. Culinary masterpieces remain unmatched by even the best of our modern chefs. If I can't find the ruins of this temple, said to be somewhere in the Beauclerc forest. Next step, I'll find all of his legendary recipes, not to mention the other priceless treasures his Grandmaster Chef must have kept in the kitchen. He perfected his art. The rest of the page is covered with a large, greasy stain. It's a long way away. Let's check the map. Wow, and we got nothing close. Nothing close. All right, we'll probably go ahead and just call it here then. I mean, if it was someplace that was nearby. Pushing 3 hours. Lots of question marks. Let's grab a save. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Hey, let me see before we shut. I don't know if anybody's even on. Hey. Thank you, Misbehave. Thanks everybody for coming out. Nobody that I am currently following is on. Misbehave if you have somebody that you could suggest to me. Okay. Yeah, I'm not in the outpost anymore, so we'll do that. Like they're playing Final Fantasy 14 online. Give them a host. Stop by and say hello. I will see you all. The next scheduled stream is Tuesday, 6 p.m. We'll continue with the story. Storm the castle. Storm the castle. Thank y'all very much for coming out for this impromptu stream. The workaround for the audio issue seems to work, so until I can find a permanent solution, we'll continue to use that. Optimal, but if it works, it works. So I will see you all on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for coming out and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see ya.